Good day, parents and children. We're going to look at the properties of 3D objects. We're going to use this table to fill in the information that we're going to collect about the 3D objects. I would like the children to copy this table into their books. They do not have to copy the pictures of the 3D objects, but I want them to copy the written part of the table. So they need to write prisms at the top, and these subheadings: name of object, name of faces, name of vertices, and name of edges, and then also the names of the 3D objects. And then these empty spaces we're going to use to fill in the number of each one of the faces, vertices, and edges of each object. Right, so I will be sending this document through to you as well so that you can see it clearly. Right, so I'm going to start with the rectangular prism. I'm going to do one as an example so you can see how to fill this in, and then the children can do this by themselves using the information and using what they see here and on the documents I will be sending through. Okay, so the rectangular prism. So with the previous lesson, the first lesson about 3D objects, we discussed prisms and pyramids, and how do we know that something is a prism and how we know that something is a pyramid. Remember the words, those keywords. So we talk about faces. So those are all the 2D shapes of a 3D object. Okay, so at the top here we have a rectangle. If I turn it around so you can see the bottom, we have another rectangle. Okay, and then here we have the height of the object. So this is why we call this a prism, because bottom and top faces are exactly the same and it has a height. Okay, so let's see what they are asking here. Rectangular prism, and we need to know the number of faces. So what you do is, remember, if you look at this picture or any of these, there are some faces that you can't see, so you must remember that you need to count all the faces of the object. So you must imagine, if you don't have the object in front of you, you must use your imagination to see these different 2D shapes. Okay, so if I take this matchbox, let's count the faces. So it's one at the top, one at the bottom, one in the front, one at the back, and then two on the sides. Okay, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it has 6 faces. So that's what we're going to fill in here. Okay, the number of vertices. Now remember, the vertices or a vertex are the pointy areas where these edges meet, where they come together. Just put it here. So there's one vertex, there's another one, there's another one, and another one, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 on the other side also. So the vertex are the pointy areas, or we can say the corners of the 3D object. So how many does this rectangular prism have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to fill in 8, the number of vertices. And the number of edges, remember these are the edges. So we have to count 1, 2, 3, 4 at the top, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the side. So you can't see. Let me do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4 at the top, 1, 2, 3, 4 at the sides, and then at the bottom 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 3 sets of 4, which is 3 times 4 is 12. Or if you add it just like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So then you have 12 edges. So that is how I want you to fill in this table regarding the prisms. I will, if you don't have a matchbox or you don't have the exact 3D object, I will show you how you can do that looking at these pictures. You can also go to your DBE book where we work about, on the 3D object, and you can use the pictures that's available in the book to also help you find the number of faces, vertices, and edges. Okay, so let's look at another one. Let's look at the pentagonal prism, okay? So I want to know the number of faces. Remember, with a prism, you have the same shape at the top and bottom. So you have a pentagon at the top and you have a pentagon at the bottom. So that's 1, 2. And then all around the prism, you will have squares or rectangles, okay? So if I have to count 1, 2, so there are 2 pentagons, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rectangles or squares around it. So it's 5 plus the 2 at the top and bottom, so that equals 7 number of faces. The number of vertices, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so that will be 10. The number of edges, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's around. And then 5 at the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 5, 5, 5. So that equals 15. 5 times 3 is 15. Or if you count them just one by one, you will also end up with the number 15. So that's how I want you to complete the table. So you will see it's from the triangular prism, cube, rectangular prism, pentagonal prism, hexagonal prism, heptagonal, and then you end off with the octagonal prism. Okay, right, so let's go to the next page. So this one is about the pyramids. So we start with the triangular pyramid and then we end off with the octagonal pyramid. Right, so remember now what's the difference between the pyramid and the prism? They have an apex, the point at the top, okay? Right, so let's start with the first one, triangular pyramid. Number of faces. So we have a triangle at the bottom, okay? And then you have a triangle in the front and 2 triangles at the back. So that's 1 at the front, 2 at the back, that makes 3, and 1 at the bottom, that equals 4. Okay, number of vertices, I'm going to make circles for the vertices. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4 vertices. Okay, and then number of edges, count the lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so let's go to another one. Let's do the pentagonal pyramid. So how many faces does it have? Remember, the bottom, the base, is also a face, so that's the pentagon, so it's 1, and then you have 1 at the back, triangle, 1 here, 2, 3, 4, and 1 at the other side on the, at the back side, 5 triangles around. So you have a pentagon and you've got 5 triangles around, so that makes 5 plus 1 is 6 faces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 at the bottom, 6. Number of vertices, 1 at the top, 1, and then here, 1, another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The number of edges, count the lines. So that you've got 5 at the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 all around. So that makes 5 at the bottom and 5 around, so that makes 10. As you fill in the information, you will realize that there's actually a pattern. But I will come back to you about the pattern when you've completed your work. Okay? Right, so let's go to the last page. This one is an interesting pyramid. It's got a special name. It's called a tetrahedron, and this word you need to remember. It's very, very important. Okay, this is a triangular pyramid of which all the 2D shapes, the faces, which are triangles, are exactly the same size. They are identical. So you will have the triangle that you see here that's in the front will be exactly the same size as the triangle at the back, and the other one that's also at the back, and the one that's at the bottom, the base. Okay, so if you find a triangular pyramid that all the triangles, all the faces are exactly identical, you will call this you will call it a tetrahedron. Okay, right, so your homework is to complete these tables on pyramids and on prisms, which I will be sending through to you. Okay, thank you very much for listening. Have a good day.